Just how impressed were you with Rashawn Gary, and what kind of progression have you seen from him just from week 1 to week 2?
That's been very good, very outstanding. Tough guy. He's been, he got a finger dislocated about the first week of practice, and they took him in, put it under the X-ray, and the trainer was like, "Man, what is that?" Or something to that effect. And Rashawn said, "That's football," and taped it up and went back out. Another time he was cramping, and they took him out of practice, and then about 6 plays later, saw he was back in there. He's really good like that. And, real football player, doing a great job. Played the whole game today. Looked like most of it.
Just to your left, Coach Adam.
Jim. And along those lines, I thought the lines really took care of business today. That was something we felt was going to be necessary and that we could get accomplished. Just, I wouldn't call it dominating. I mean, but it took care of business. Both the offense and defensive lines did a very good job.
Jim, just asked Wilton about, in week 1 he didn't really get hit, barely touched. Today he did get hit a few times, sacked a couple times. Just as a quarterback, what can that do for you? He said it's not like he wants to get hit all the time, but it kind of gets him in the mode. Just kind of curious your thoughts on that.
Well, I thought, first of all, I mean, quarterback throws for 4 touchdowns and over 300 yards is that's a great performance. We'll not be going out on a limb to say he'll probably be our offensive player of the week of the game. But had some good courage plays where he had to stand in the pocket, knew the blitz or a rusher was coming, and even made an improv play, improvise and adjust, and kicked it out to Poggi in the flat. Thought that was a smart play. Hit 2 post routes. I mean, the hardest routes to hit, in my opinion. Having played the position and watched it for all my life, it's a hard route to hit. And both Chesson made a great catch, and so did Darboh for a touchdown. But for the quarterback to hit those, that's the toughest route, I think. And also the backs. I thought the backs, right from the get-go, our backs were getting hit, and big hits, and really good formed-up tackles by UCF, and they hung on to the ball. It was a hard-hitting game all the way through. Also feel like we're building up a callus with our team. Didn't come out of this game with any injuries, and we were delivering some blows too. It was a good, real football game.
Coach, how do you balance getting a running back in a rhythm versus keeping him fresh and getting other guys carries?
By getting them in there every couple. If you're today we're rotating backs, and there's Davion had some unbelievable runs. I mean, especially the one drive. I think we ended up getting a field goal out of it, but breaking tackles and picking up the first downs. 2 first downs he picked up by extra effort and running with the ball and getting hit. 3, 4, 5 hits on the same play. I mean, I always thought it smart to put a fresh back in when you have a run like that. So. But I thought he was exceptional, and there was definitely drives. We don't get points on the board without the extra effort he was making out there.
Coach, over your left here, Chris.
Coach, what's your concern level on the quarterback scrambles, and is that something that's pretty easy to clean up, do you think?
Yeah, we made the adjustment in the second half. We were getting behind the quarterback, and we got to either retrace or spin back into the lane to keep the quarterback from picking up leaving the pocket and getting those rushing yards that they got today. But I thought Don and the staff did a nice job of making the adjustments in the second half.
Hey Jim, you like what Wilton's doing with his feet? We don't talk much about his speed or feet or escapability, but it seemed like he moved away from rushes a little bit today. Do you like what he's doing?
Yeah, that's something he's been adding to his game. that's really helpful. Moving in the pocket, getting to the quiet spot in the pocket, and also, you know, evading rush. He had a couple where he had to bail out of the pocket and made some really good throws on the run. Good decisions out of the pocket today. But yeah, that's the one that's really come the last couple weeks that he's been working on, making those subtle moves in the pocket to get to the quieter spot in the pocket. 2 weeks ago, he started to get some nice loft on the screens and the flares out of the backfield, and so yeah, it's coming together. He's doing a nice job, and when he really focuses on something to get better at, then he goes right to work on it and gets better at it every day.
Over on your left here, Larry.
You mentioned the tackle breaking run Devion had, but for much of the day it seemed like they were slowing your tailbacks down. Is that things they were doing or things that you guys weren't quite?
Yeah, they were. There was a lot of run blitzes, you know, to stop the running game, and we took advantage of it with the play action pass. We just especially in the first half and the second half, just numbing repetition, just kept going back to the play action, and worked well for us today.
Coaching back
Guys,
there,
get your
Dan.
hands on 4 different kicks on special teams. Is that something schematic, or is that individual guys just making plays in the business?
Oh, both. Wormley doing a great job getting pushing up in the middle. You know, you just don't ever want to concede points on the board, whether it's an extra point or a field goal. And if it's been an 8-9 play drive or 6 or 7, and guys are tired, but they commit themselves to one final push to keep points off the board. I thought our guys did an excellent job. Our special teams has really performed well. Been very pleased to get those blocks, but also had a big return today. Jabril got it all the way down to about the 12, and get the turnover with the kickoff team, and some big tackles on the kickoff team. I thought it was really good. One mistake, one drop punt by Kenny, but keep your chin up, and more games to play. We can improve that.
In the back here, Rachel.
Since the bowl game, what have you seen Wilton State do to develop chemistry and consistency with his receivers?
He's just gotten better it's like what we were talking about earlier. I mean, he's gets something to work on. He works on it and gets improvement made really fast. He's a smart guy that's very dedicated to getting better at something. So anything we've given him, Jed or I have talked to him about in terms of improving his play, he's been all ears and goes right to work on it.
Stay on the left here, Chris.
Coach, Chase Winovich has played 3 positions since he's been here. He seems to have found a home. Talk about his progression and the ability to start here today.
Yeah, it's really good. I think he's played most of the ball game today, and it was going from linebacker to fullback, tight end to now defensive end. I think that's his spot. Glad we found it for him. Glad he found it for himself, and I've always known he's a very talented athlete, very physical, high motor, aggressive guy that was a good football player. So yeah, I think he'll keep blossoming.
Stay in the front here, Mark.
But feel good about where he's at now.
Jim, you sounded very optimistic about Jordan's health earlier in the week, and he didn't play today. Was that, again, your call? Was there a regression in his health? Or?
Yeah, something different came up, so just muscle strain, so in a different location. But
longer term, do you expect?
I don't know. I didn't get my doctor's degree, Mark. We'll see. Not going to take any chances with it. It's did an MRI, and there was a signal there, and it was a near type of pulse. So he's just too good of a player. He's worked too hard, and we're not going to put him out there in a position where it's silly to just go ahead and get the muscle pull. So that's where it's at. I mean, I just call it a near pull, but it's it shows up on the MRI, and you know, glad that we can do MRIs around here. You know, glad that we can you know, do that for our players and give them the best treatment available. And shoot, man, when it comes to their health and their welfare, you know, it costs what it costs. So
Jim, what about David Long?
happy that we're doing what we're doing.
David Long, was he dressed today?
Is it a serious thing with him, or is it just minor injury?
No, it's just not. As you know, I mean, I'm not going to come in here and have the health of the team meeting with you guys every week or day. So talk about the ball game, love to.
Adam?
Jim?
Yeah.
This past week when we spoke with Rashawn, he said that his first start, you know, that he was nervous, that he was excited. What have you seen from him just in the past week? I mean, he was able to get in the backfield, tackles for losses, and I mean, not just him, but the defense in general was able to get in the backfield. But specifically with Rashawn, what do you like about his ability?
I like everything about his ability. I thought our lines played extremely well today, both the offensive line and the defensive line. You know, we were getting knocked back with our defensive line. They did get some runs out on us that maybe 4 runs accounted for most of the yardage today. And that was they ran a lot of plays. You know, they were getting them off in about 15 to 17 seconds down, which is great for our team and our offense when you're getting those stops, those 3 and outs. You're getting the ball right back, and that's what our defense was doing. You know, they were getting the knockback. They were stuffing the run early for most downs, and I thought our defensive line was, you know, had a huge hand in that. You know, they got the job done physically today.
You sense any nerves with Rashawn at all?
I didn't know.
Got time for 1 or 2 more, Angelique.
Is Bredesen earning his way into a bigger role with this offensive line?
Yeah, he is. And Ben Braden was playing today, and that was great to see. You know, had held him out last week, the same kind of precautionary type of being proactive kind of thing. And just felt that you know, it's best to go rotate them today. Glad that Ben got a better part of the game under his belt, and feel like we can go forward from here. But Ben Bredesen is also doing a really fine job as well.